But that's okay, because most of those funky people are probably sleeping. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They're sleeping. So, we're here. We're live. We're in the flesh. Maybe, but they were here for the bulk of it. They were here for the bulk of it. But, you know, that's fine. It's totally fine. I still got the people who were here hanging out chatting. Nah, I mean, we are fleshy. Yes, we are, Giga. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we can. Well, hi, Jade. Jade, welcome back. How do you feel after going through the time warp and coming back out the other side? What was I saying before this? Oh yeah, killer request. If anybody's got any killer requests, feel free to throw some out. I'm totally down to play some matches. Otherwise, I don't know. I'll figure something out. Ring Girl? Onryo? Okay. Alright, for sure. I played Sadako a lot when she first came out. And then she went through this weird phase where, like, she came out, she was alright. She wasn't, like, super busted or anything, but her kit was really fun. It was really interesting for what it offered to the game. And then, they buffed her. No, I think they nerfed her first. They nerfed her. She was terrible. Play rate went super low. Like, nobody had an interest in playing her, because why would you put yourself through that? And then they buffed her. And they buffed her super hard in a super weird way. So she has this thing. Oh no, please tell me I'm not going offline again. Chat, am I offline? Oh my god. Hold on, I need to do this because Xbox will dox me and give away my full name. Can still hear? You're online? Okay. Yeah, what is going on? Maybe I should just reset my Xbox. There's some funky stuff going on. But anyway, Sadako. So Sadako got buffed, and then she got buffed, and it was in a weird way because she has this thing built into her kit where the tapes, right? The VHS tapes. If you aren't familiar with that, let me know and I'll try to catch you up to speed. But the tapes cause you to gain stacks of Condemned, right? And if you gain 7 stacks of Condemned, well, then you can be moried regardless of what hook state you're on. For those of you who know anything about Dead by Daylight, you know that is a big deal, because that totally forgoes the entire mechanic of having to hook people, because it just lets me kill you outright the first time I down you. That sounds insane? It was, because when they buffed her, they made it to where Condemned stacked super fast, to the point where the most optimal way to play her was to literally just rush stacks of Condemned and kill people outright as fast as you could. And it was a problem. Like, it was like you would play the game, and within the first 5 minutes of the game, you probably have one person dead and another person on the way out. Like, it would, because she would just, her whole gameplay style was teleport from TV to TV to TV to TV. Every time she came out of a TV, it caused people to gain stacks of Condemned. Every time that people were holding a tape, it caused them to gain stacks of Condemned. So it was to the point where, like, she went from, like, she got nerfed before this buff, super low play rate, got a super big buff, super aggressive, fast hit and run play style, and she was just able to mow down lobbies because of the fact that she could just kill a person outright. And obviously, in an asymmetrical game, like, the faster I can take out one of the 4 people, the quicker I shift the dynamic in my favor by quite a lot. Winning with 4 survivors versus winning with 3 survivors is 2 totally different game experiences. Especially if one of those 4 survivors dies before you can get, like, the first 2 gens done. Like, popping one gen and having somebody out of the game already is a scary place to be as a survivor. It's a really scary place. And then, so, I think she existed like that for, like, maybe a month. I want to say maybe a month. And then, I think they realized how overtuned her condemned stacking rate was. So, they took away a lot of what made condemned stack so fast. Some numbers just got nerfed. They got lowered back down. And then some mechanics that caused condemned just changed. They just outright changed the way they worked because it was too much of a problem. So when she was at her peak, she was probably like top 3 killers in the game. Because it was literally just, I'm just going to hop from TV to TV to TV. And I'm going to... She also has an add-on that forces survivors to start the game with a tape. Which means that I am forcing you to start the game with like 3 stacks of condemned or something like that. Something like that. I can't remember quite what the numbers look like for Survivor's side, but like forcing them to start with a VHS tape means that they're accruing condemned a lot faster than if they weren't. And as long as you're holding the tape, your meter is running. That meter is running and it's going up. So, another thing that you could do as her is that you could run that add-on that forces everybody to start the game with a tape, pick out one survivor, rush your ass over there, and then just harass the piss out of them until they reach max stacks of condemned, and then just down them and get them out of the game. No hooks, no nothing. Just skip that part completely and just get them out of the game. How get rid of tape? So the way tapes work for survivors is when you take a tape out of a TV, it then highlights another TV somewhere on the map, usually fairly far away from you, but it highlights another TV on the map, and you have to take that TV, or you have to take that tape that you pulled out and go put it in the other TV. Now, when you do this, so there's a risk and reward in terms of balancing your condemned numbers, because taking tapes out hurts her skill set, I assume. Yes. Because if I take a tape out of the TV, what happens is now that TV is down, she can't teleport to it for like 60 seconds or something like that. And then also, the way you lose condemned numbers is by putting a tape in another TV. When you put that tape in another TV, your condemned stacks go down by like 2 stacks or something like that. But with the way that the numbers worked, you accrued it so fast while you had the tape, and you accrued it from seeing her manifest, which you'll see what that looks like. You demanifest, it makes you like pseudo invisible. You kind of phase in and out of reality is kind of what happens, and then you manifest, it makes you solid, and that in turn causes survivors to gain stacks of manifest. If they witness you going through a TV, that causes them to gain stacks of condemned. And so it's like all these different factors that caused them to gain condemned, then proceeded to get like buffed, like mega buffed. So now survivors are like getting just absolutely rolled by Sadako because of all these overtuned numbers. And as a killer, it was great. It was fun to play as a killer. As a survivor, it had to be terrible to play as, because you had to play a really efficient game to be able to get out of the match alive. So it was a crazy time to be playing as and playing against Sadako. Now she's been nerfed back down. Definitely not crazy by any means, but she's still got a fun kit. So I still enjoy playing this killer from time to time. This is the mass blood web upgrade that they added, by the way, in case you have not seen it. Who is your favorite killer to play? My favorite killer in the game is probably Myers, because he's the one who got me back into the game. I don't know, I think I've talked about this before, but like, so I put in like my first 200-300 hours as a survivor, primarily, like pretty much only survivor. And then I lost interest in the game for a little bit, and I set it down. I probably quit playing for like a year. At least 8 months. 8 months to a year, probably. And then I started getting a lot more into like horror movies. And I took a really big interest in the Halloween franchise. I enjoyed the Halloween franchise a lot. And then I knew that Michael was in this game. So I came back to this game specifically to play Killer and play Myers. And it totally reeled me back into the game to the point that I'm at now, where I've been, you know, around the game for 6 years and about 1,200 hours now at this point. So, like, the rest was pretty much history after that. After Myers, Executioner, Pyramid Head. Pyramid Head was another killer that I was playing quite a lot. I think Pyramid Head's probably my second favorite killer in the game. And then I've got a lot of like other kind of one-offs. Obviously, I like to play Dredge. Dredge is a very fun character in my opinion. I like playing Ghostface. I like playing Vecna, Dracula. I would say I like playing Springtrap too. Springtrap's fairly new. Pinhead is really interesting. Characters who I like to play, but I feel like I have really frustrating matches with sometimes, are Demogorgon, Demo, Nemesis, probably Pinhead. Pinhead probably falls in that camp. Alien. Yeah, I think those are the ones that I feel like I like playing them, but I feel like I have really frustrating matches with them. And then a character that I want to get better with and just have not invested the time to really, really grind matches is the Singularity. I think Singularity is really cool. Who is the best, quote unquote, in the game right now? In the game right now, the best has not changed pretty much since the game has come out. The best in the game is Nurse. And then a character that released much later after Nurse is the Blight. Nurse, I am bad with Nurse. I am not a good person to watch to understand why Nurse is one of the two top characters in the game. This character, when you know how to use her teleport, her blink, it's called a blink, but when you know how to use it right, you don't play the game. You don't play a lot of the mechanics the way every other killer has to play them. Because when you blink, you just phase through stuff. Oh my god. Oh, you're still live. I'm still live. I would have been here ages ago. That's okay. You missed me. Thank you for the resub, by the way. I appreciate that so much. Oh, you're still live. I'm still live. Yeah, I crashed out over Skyward Sword, finished Earth Temple, and now I'm playing a little bit of Dead by Daylight. And I'm just yapping about the history of some killers to Jade. Just having a good time talking about a game I know a lot about. Figured you'd be finished by the time I finished work. I'm still here. I'm hanging out for a little bit. We're doing some Dead by Daylight. I really wanted to do DVD before I ended for the night, so... We did like 3 hours of Skyward Sword, so I think it's well deserved to take a break and play something else. So I was talking about Nurse. Nurse doesn't play loops the way that every other killer has to, because a survivor can drop a pallet, vault a window, whatever. I can follow them through that pallet. As long as I blink the way I need to, I can follow them through that pallet and get a hit. Guaranteed. That's the thing of what makes a good nurse so scary, because windows and pallets do not stop her. They literally mean nothing. She will follow you through them, phase through the wall, and smack your ass on the other side because she hopped that window with you, or she hopped that pallet with you. She ignores loops in a way that other killers don't. And then, like, because of the fact that she phases through walls, she literally phases through walls, she can just cover the map. Like, play any map, she can just cover the map. It's really frustrating to play her on two-story maps, and I'm sure that's something that other people do not struggle with as much. What's the survivor strat against her? You really want, from what I have seen, you really want to try to fake her out at pallets and windows, because if you can get her to phase and swing and miss, that makes her slow down a lot, because there's a lot of slowdown that happens for when she misses her her blink attacks. If she blinks and swings and misses, there's nobody home because she was expecting you to either vault that window or vault that pallet or drop that pallet. Now you're making her waste time, because now she's blinked, but she got nothing for it, and now she's got this like 10-second cooldown before she's able to actually move and blink again. So a lot of it, I feel like in terms of beating a nurse in loops, it's really hard to beat a good nurse, but it's going to be a lot of mind games. Like, you have to play a lot of mind games with nurse, because it's a lot of, she's just anticipating you to do the default route, because that's what works against every other killer. Which is why she's looking for you to drop that pallet, vault that window, because the moment you do that, she's just going to blink through it with you and smack your ass on the other side, because you never really got away from her. So, also, with that being said, so there are some tiles that are just like windows and walls. Long walls to make her go around with you gives you an opportunity that if she tries to blink through that wall to catch you on the other side and cut you off, you can play the mind game there of like, I'm going to come around this wall, and the moment I hear you blink, I'm actually going to turn around and go back the other way, because in her blink, you've seen me play nurse before. In her blink, she blinks, goes to where she needs to go. When she's walking while charging that second blink, one, you got like 1 second to charge the second blink, so you're not going to get very far with it compared to the first one. Two, she does not walk very fast at all while charging blink. It's incredibly reduced movement speed. So to have her on a long wall and get her to try to cut you off on the wall just for you to turn around and go the opposite direction is going to help put space between you and her in a loop. Those are probably like the strongest things that I can tell you to do against a nurse, because that's like, you can't really play against nurse like a traditional killer, because she's not a traditional killer and she will ignore loops unlike any other traditional killer. Now, the other best character in the game is Blight. And the reason why Blight is the other best character in the game is he doesn't ignore loops and stuff like Nurse does, but he is really, really fast. His whole fucking thing is that he moves fast. He does a rush. He can rush attack. He breaks pallets super fast when he rushes into them, and he just covers the map super fucking fast. It makes him really hard to deal with, and he just needs something to collide with. His collision is weird, and you can do things where you can like collide into an object and then slide past it and just keep going and then hit somebody. Like, it's so weird. His collision is so, I don't know if it's like intentional by behavior or if it's a weird niche things that people have figured out that behavior doesn't know what to do about. But it's just because of his ability to cover the map super fast. Just give him some information perks and you should be able to cover the rest fine. That's what makes him the second best killer in the game. I think Nurse is the best still in my opinion, but Blight is an incredibly close second. Incredible beard, very masculine looking. Hey, I appreciate that, Hush Pass. Welcome in. We're hanging out. We're up late. But yeah, those are the two that in the community, if you were to ask that question, those are the two that are still at the top of the tier list to this day since they have both released. I don't think there's ever been a point where... Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Same here. I don't care what they say. Don't let me bring in a masquerade flashlight to any games. Don't let me bring in a flash. I can't run flashlights either. I suck with flashlights. But yeah, Blight and Nurse have always been at the top of tier list. They've always been at the top of tier list. The only other character that's ever like been a strong competitor to who's the best in the game is Spirit. The history of this killer, I don't have memorized well enough to give you everything, but just know, because of how fast she can move in her ability, and because of the way some of her add-ons used to work, she was so brutal to have to play against. It was so hard to play against the Spirit at one point in time. She was easily a top 3 pick. She was up there with Blight and Nurse at one point in time. It's I think quite a while ago, I think, at this point, because I think she came out in 2018, 2017, so it's been a while. And some of her add-ons have been reworked to be nerfed quite heavily. One of her add-ons isn't even in the game anymore, so they replaced it with something else. Seeing a common theme of movement is everything is killer. Oh yeah, the more map pressure that you can generate as a killer, the better you are going to do, which is why Huntress, regular Huntress, good, right? But there are Huntress players out there who can play Huntress and throw hatchets across the map, and they just land. They hit the perfect arch, they see the person from the aura, whatever perk they're using, and they arc it, and it lands. When you're starting to get hit by cross the map hatchets, that's how you know you're fucked. That is a scary thing to play against, because it is really hard to plan for a hatchet to fly through the air out of nowhere and nail you in the face. It's hard to plan for that. So it's a real thing. I can link you probably some of my favorite videos about Dead by Daylight. I can probably link those to you sometimes just to show you what it kind of looks like, because it is fucking crazy. Trebuchet Huntress is it's just incredible. I love it when you info dump. Thank you. I like talking about this game, but I also, like I said, I have like ballpark 1,200 hours, and I've been around it for 6 years. So I feel like I know a lot about this game. I'll really crash out, probably throw Shack too. Do not throw Shack palette. Do not throw God palette, please. At least wait until the 2nd gen's done. Wait until there's at least only 3 gens left. Reminds me of old COD clips of people throwing knives cross map at the start and getting kills. That's so, oh my god. Yeah, that sounds like it hits the same vein. It's it's very fun. I like playing Huntress because I feel like she's really good for well, obviously she can hit people going through windows and pallets, which is a big plus. I think that's part of the reason why Springtrap is as good as he is because he has a projectile that lets him hit people over pallets and stuff. His projectile is really weird though, because because of the weight and the way it moves, his projectile has the potential to work a lot better for throwing it up over like a half wall, or just a wall with no ceiling. It works really well for that. Getting down out of nowhere from across the map, I'd cry, bro. It's so funny though. Like, playing it has to be fucking miserable, but god do I love watching clips of it because it's so funny. It's so funny. Oh my god. It's got to be some of my favorite like DVD content to consume. Is just cross map hatchets is just it's so funny to see. It is so funny to see. Okay, let me hop in here. I prestige star specifically so I could use one of these. I do not think we want to run Pop. I think Pop is a bad idea. Brutal Strength because Sadako does not do well with like strong loops. And Brutal Strength just lets me kick stuff faster, basically, so. Pop is a terrible idea, though. I do not want to run Pop. I want to run something aura reading related. Maybe Barbecue. We'll run Barbecue and Chili. Distorted Photo's not bad. I think I might run something more basic. Oh yeah, that was another thing. So, on top of all the Condemned stacking getting buffed, They also made it to where your condemned stacks can lock to a certain number. So they made it to where if you have, I think the most you could have locked to you was if you get hooked while having 3 stacks of condemned, those 3 stacks of condemned are permanently locked to you and you cannot get below them. So even if you manage to force the Sadako to start hooking you, if you still had any stacks of condemned up to 3, they still got locked to you. So it was still easy to like quickly farm condemned off of you and get you to the point where I could just kill you out of the match instead of having to hook you. That was another thing they introduced with that buff. What was the stacks to be moried? 7. It was 7 stacks. And you could have up to 3 locked to you for getting hooked while having 3 stacks of condemned. Let me see. We're just going to run this. I'm going to ready up like this, and I'm going to go pour another cup of coffee, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all. I'm not even going to throw up the BRB screen. I don't think it's going to take that long. I'll be right back. All right. In and out before I even got into a match. Well, that was quick. I miss when kicking builds had more to them than just pop. Sadako, funny enough, this is one of the characters who added to the gen kicking meta. Because she introduced a perk called, Call of Brine. It made gens, so you'd kick a gen, and then that gen would regress at 200% the rate. So double the normal rate of regression when nobody was on it after it's been kicked. It was, it made kicking gens super, super viable, even for slow killers. Man, you got me talking about like old DBD metas and stuff, and it's what a time. What a time, dude. Ugh. I think I have to, like, I've already said this, but I think I have to actually get physically hit by a pallet while activating the Endurance stun. It didn't work last time I tried to use it on a flashlight blind though, so we'll see what happens. What about any consistently bad killers? So, a really funny thing that Ots Darva had talked about is Trapper. Trapper has consistently been one of the worst killers in the game. It's a weird situation because he is the poster boy for the game, but he has always been bad. And what's interesting about that is that despite being consistently one of the worst killers, like bottom 5 pretty much always, he has received, I think, the most buffs out of any killer in the game's history. Now, given he's been here since the game's release in 2016, but Myers is still an incredibly basic killer that has really had nothing change to him, and he's been here since 2016 as well. 2016? I think it was 2016. Because that's like late 2016 is when the first DLC came out, I think. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it was 2017. But he's been here for almost as long as well. He has had really almost nothing changed about his kit the entire time. With that being said, Myers is also one of the worst killers in the game because of how basic his ability is, and how hard of a time he has dealing with loops and stuff. Because he has no way to quickly end a chase unless he's in tier 3. And even then, you can stall out tier 3 by just running him on strong loops. Take him to a TL wall. That's going to be entirely dependent on how well the killer can play the TL wall. Take him to an L wall with a pallet in it. He has to break the pallet if you drop that on him, which is wasting his time. Take him to Killer Shack. Run the window 3 times. By the time that shit's blocked, T3 is almost gone. And yet somehow Trapper is still like one of the absolute worst characters in the game, despite receiving a massive list of buffs over the years. It's so funny because, like, he always benefits from changes and buffs to killer in general, along with receiving his own buffs over and over and over again. But he never really seems to get out of the pit of the bottom of bad killers. He's probably the most consistent with, like, being at the bottom. Freddy for a long time was also one of the worst killers in the game. He was really bad when he first came out, and then they reworked him. I think at one point he had something changed to him that made him like really strong because of the way he could lock people out of gens and stuff. It was a really boring play style, and that's probably why I don't remember much about it. But he had a viable way of just like locking up a game and holding people hostage until they died. And then he got reworked. He's the only killer who's been reworked this many times, by the way. He got reworked again to be the version of Freddy that we have now. And Freddy we have now is actually pretty good. They did a pretty good job at getting him out of that pit because he has access to both his pallets and the Dream Snare without having to have any kind of special add-on or anything. So, and his pallet rupture and Dream Snare are actually pretty useful now as well. And his add-ons are actually useful too. That's one of my biggest complaints about Executioners. Executioners add-ons are kind of doo-doo stank garbage. Because they're just like... they're things that just don't really happen, or they're a little bit too niche to be any use. I miss you. I wish I could hang out more. Artie, I miss you too. And I wish we hung out more too. That's why I value our 30-turn Marpars so much, and I value you being a consistent part of that every chance. Because it gives me an opportunity to get like a solid like several hours to hang out with you. Oh, I received an invitation. This is good for me. Okay, TVs aren't on yet since we just started the game. I want to break these. Somebody blew a gen. Yeah, somebody blew a gen. Genius. And projects. Hello. I really hope that counted. I feel like that should have counted. That stun felt like it was basically nothing, so... Oh my god. I don't know. Is that an Aurella? That is an Aurella. Oh shit. I did not realize that there was a window there. Yes, hi. I'm still on your ass, don't worry. Are we gonna run me through this building? Oh my god, we are. She just vaulted? She just did not bother to look at all to see if I was... What? I got stuck on the couch. She looped this way. Where'd she go? Oh, she just took a really weird path out. Yes, hello. This is actually terrible on my part. I should have been done with this way sooner than what it's taking me. I am doing not so hot. I've already got 2 gens done, which is not good for me. Hold on. Yeah. I'm gonna do this just in case I drop her, because I am not certain that I'm gonna get that. Okay, we're gonna do some TV hopping. I wasted my speed boost by swinging for no reason. Do not drop that pallet. Why would you do that? Why did you do that? Why? Literally, you had all the reason not to do that. It takes me so long to go around. Okay, got me there. Fair enough. I'm gonna take you to the basement. Oh, do I make this? I don't know if I make this. Oh, I do. Woo! That had to have been close. Oh, we ended up on the Rebecca again. Thank you. That should be 205 right there. So she was putting a tape in the TV, but the trade-off was that she had to just eat a hit. Fuck yeah, I love getting window hugs. Oh man, totally got her ass. A little scary though, because... Is there not a gen up here? Oh, there is a gen up here. It's right here. That's weird. I'm mildly disoriented. Hello? Somebody on this gen out here? The Screaming Steagle. We gotta give him some uppies on a white hook so I can get my Perez. It's brother. How have I ended up on you all 3 times? That, you got that? That's crazy. Wait, which way did she go? Not the Scratchy's fake out. That's got to be the Feng Min, dude. She has just not been around anywhere. Hello. Nobody's gonna come and help you? Nobody's gonna take the hit, huh? There's the Feng Min. All 3 of their gens are actually pretty close. This is good for me. Okay, she fucked up. Steve is somewhere nearby because he's screaming. That's just a free hit. Thanks, invitation. God, I love this game mode. Where is he? He's got to be nearby. There he is. LOL. Go check this gen. No, nothing. Hook left, right? You gotta. Let's see. They're healed. That was a pretty quick heal. I think she's my last stack of pain res. Yes. Yes, she is. See the Feng Min, she's getting chased away, so I'm gonna teleport back to this TV. Oh, he took the tape out of my TV, didn't he? That's why I'm not teleporting to that one. That bastard. Hello, Steven. Hello, Steven. Oh, not the finesse. Not the finagle. Okay, now, depending on what they did, if they grouped up on a gen, there's a really good chance that they are about to finish it. And I'll pop out and pick left. I am very fast. Not for long, though. Lol. Not good pathing. I cut her off so early. She is dead. Hungman is here. Excuse me, pardon me. Okay. I think you forgot most of the house is open. Take that with ya. I'm gonna try to do something crazy here, and I'm just gonna walk it down from this side. Did she actually turn around? Oh my god, I think she actually turned around. Oh, that's rude. Yeah, unfortunately, you did not make it. Oh, Steve's cooked. I know where he is. That's crazy. That sucks, dude. That's just really unfortunate for him. That's a GG. That's just a big old GG. Okay, now her Mori is admittedly kind of boring, but... I guess he dies from a heart attack. I don't think we've ever had that explained. I don't know enough about the series independently from Dead by Daylight either to know whether or not she either killed him by asphyxiation or by a heart attack. It looks like it could be either. Oh, wow. I might actually make it to gold before the rank reset hits on the 13th. He got liquefied. His insides just turned to liquid, turned to mush, goopy mush internally. Okay, that was a pretty good match, actually. I am happy with my performance on that one. Hey, it did count. I got 2. Jade, would you happen to have another killer suggestion? Or anybody hanging out and lurking? Would anybody happen to have a killer suggestion? Also, I have like 20 days to get 9 tiers. Or 19 tiers. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make it. Squeezed and mashed him like a banana. Oh, this is not what I wanted to look at. Yes, take me to the Rift Pass. Okay, I'm on tier 81. I'm working on tier. Okay, so I have 20 tiers left. But for 19 days, 6 out, basically 20 days, I have 20 tiers. I'm gonna make it to 20 tiers. Interrupt and grab one survivor. Ooh, what a challenge. I have a sneeze. Hold on. Oh, holy. Thought I felt my life flash before my eyes there. Thoughts and suggestions. I am totally down. I am open for whatever. I still don't own this guy. I think I'm gonna buy him pretty soon. as much as I don't want to financially support the decision of this killer getting added to the game, I still want to be the guy who is familiar with every killer. That's probably one of the things I value the most about this game, is being familiar with all your killers. So I am probably going to break down and buy him eventually. Maybe soon. I don't know. It's been quite some time, so. He might even be on sale right now, too, since the anniversary is going on. I feel like they put a lot of DLC chapters on sale. Maybe not, though, since he's a licensed chapter. Not sure. Not sure about that one. Actually, yeah, he is on sale. Okay. It was much louder than I expected it to be.
I shall make this place mine.
Normally it's 500 Auric cells. He is 350, so they do have him on a markdown for the anniversary. Is that a for no suggestions? If so, I will go ahead and make a choice. Pick something out here. Let me see. How about we do Ghostface? I feel like I haven't done a Ghostface match in a while. This build is really fun. This is my pretty typical build. Let's go Screech Gobblers. No coconut screen pies, but we got Screech Gobblers. That'll work. This is a pretty basic build. I might just run this. Maybe. I don't know. Thinking about it. I do like running Brutal Strength because with a killer like this, basic M1 killer, the faster I can break pallets, the better. Especially if I have them marked, because the biggest thing that I think stops me is when they drop pallets while they're marked to get away from me. That's like the one thing I can help with the most. Love you guys. I'm going to pop some music on and do some chores. Artie, thank you so much for stopping by. And we will see you again soon. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see how long it takes to find a match with this guy. I'll probably do this match and then maybe one more match after this. Can't really decide if I want it to be Executioner or Springtrap though. Maybe I'll do 2 matches after this. And I'll do both. Springtrap and Pyramid Head. Because Pyramid Head is like, has the potential to be so good. It's just, it depends on your ability to hit your ranged attack, Punishment of the Damned. Because the thing about Punishment of the Damned is it's kind of translated. Like, there's, how do I describe it? When you do it, right, it's an attack that pops up from the ground. But there's a line indicator on the ground to show everybody where it's going to come up at, and then it happens. So you definitely have the information to react and just get out of the way. My thing that I like about it is it works through walls. So I like to play on a map with a good few walls and like jungle gyms and stuff, so that way I can start like working it in the chases through walls to try to cut them off with that. My Executioner I don't think was ever like amazing, but I definitely gave it some practice. It was alright. It was definitely alright at one point. At this point, I don't know, it's probably pretty hit or miss, so needs some polish, needs some work. It's been too long. Devotion 3 is crazy. To think that there are people with like Devotion 30 or something like that is crazy to think about. It's just crazy to think about. Twisted Masquerade Collection. Do I not have anything for Twisted Masquerade Collection in terms of profile badges and stuff? Disney Castlevania Bone Shield 2024 Golden Silk. I thought Golden Silk was last year's collection for the anniversary. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Castlevania, Tortured Souls, Blood and Bones, Tortured Souls, Campfire. Oh, that was the default one. I think that was default. Maybe that might have been a Twitch drop too, actually. Golden Silk again. Cozy Break, Guardian of the Shadows, Dark Overgrowth, Blood and Bones, Castlevania. Ah, yes, the Casting of Frankstone. I started playing the Casting of Frankstone. I think I talked about it already. Pixel Dark Lord. I like that one. Survivor Memorabilia. Radio Mic. Blood Moon. What the Fog. Oh, I do have something from the Twisted Masquerade collection. How about that? I thought what is the Golden Silk collection from then? Maybe New Year's or something? Got a match. I'm just scrolling through stuff. I was totally zoned out. Just gonna ready up. Drop leg knife sheath goes pretty hard. No Way Out. Surge? Question mark? Last second decision to swap Surge for Pain Res. I think Pain Res would just work better. The Golden Silk collection was originally released on 9th of August 2019. Golden Silk in August? What a weird time to release that. I know they've done a summer collection before, but the Golden Silk collection in August seems weird. I am really curious to see what next year's anniversary event is going to be like, because they said that this is the last year for Twisted Masquerade and it's going away after this. I assume they have something big and exciting planned for their first double-digit birthday, but oh, good map for Ghostface. I would have liked to have Lethal Pursuer so I knew where to start, but this will be fine. Let's take a walk. Invitation. I'll take that. Thank you. Can I not target this one? There we go. I genuinely don't think I was going to make that. Damn. I was really hoping to snatch her off the gen. That 10% haste, man. Okay, I don't really think we need to use another stack yet of pinwheels. Fungman took off way back here. I know I heard her breaking a totem. Oh, they finished again. That was probably Joel. Well, we grabbed somebody off the gen. No worries. I see Jill. What the hell? That's not Joel. That's Fung Min. She didn't throw that though? That's kind of crazy that she didn't throw that. I found the person who does all the looping for this group. They popped 2 gens back to back. That's not good. She's gonna hightail it. We're losing life before sunrise. Can you imagine? Oh my god, you're awake at 3:37 in the morning. Let's kick it. Okay, now Claire took off way the hell off this way. Okay. Excuse me? All right. Okay. Woo! Man, thank goodness. I wasn't so sure I was going to get that. Now we could just try to kill the Saber. Choose the last second. That's fine. So the idea is to just keep farming our stock off of the idea is to keep farming our stock off of the Feng Min until we can just one-hit her. Ah, decisive strike. That explains it. And that's exactly why I farmed it off of her. Now, we just need to catch... What? Huh? You popped 2 gens that fast? When everybody's been working on just that one gen? That seems weird. This team played super strange. Sure. She got stuck on a wall. That is mad tough. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm kind of shocked that we didn't 4K this lobby. Damn, not the dead hard. Wow, that's crazy. Yikes. I gotta be honest, I really don't know how we didn't 4K that lobby. They did not play good at all. They had one person run loops. Wow. I really don't know how we didn't 4K that lobby. That... Man, that's tough. That is tough. I just can't wrap my head around that. I think the only thing that I could say is, like, they got me with the double gen pops, but it's hard to tell that they had 2 gens primed that fast when literally all of them were piled on 1 gen at one point in time. I would have never guessed that they had a 2nd gen ready to pop at the same time as the first one. Because they spent so much time with everybody being on that 1 gen. I don't know if they just, like, worked on it a long time ago and then left it there and decided to save it for later, and I didn't bother to go look for it because everybody was focused on that 1 gen. I don't know what happened. That's... What an odd match to feel like... What an odd match to feel so in control of and not kill anybody. Such an odd match. Such an odd match. I probably should have went out of my way to kill the Sable, because she was by far the one who just reacted the least when I started a chase with her or attacked her or anything. She reacted the least. I should have just tunneled her out of the game, because the only purpose she served was sitting on a gen. Which means if I killed her off, there was nobody to, like, the one less person to do anything. Because I wasn't going to waste that much time chasing her. I think that's where I went wrong for that one. I just didn't think I needed to play that way, because, like, I don't know. Again, like, the only real things that were like, wow, that what just happened was when they double popped gens back to back twice. That's the only thing that was weird. Because of the chases themselves, like, the Jill literally just took a flop, like, immediately. And then her idea of running loops was just throw every pallet she could find. The Fungman was probably the only one that actually was running loops. And then the Sable, just, like I said, just didn't really react when I would attack her. And then the Claire was kind of hard to get a read on. I couldn't tell if she knew what she was doing or not. I guess she did with a decisive strike, right? That wasted time. What a weird match. Weird match. I feel like yeah, I don't know. I feel like that one should have been an easy cinched up 4K. And somehow it went from 2 gens, person on hook, driver's seat on this one, to both gens pop at the same time, everybody's off hook, everybody's reset for the most part. That's tough. That, like, man. And then hitting the Jill on her dead hard was unfortunate. But also, people have gotten really good, I guess, at using their dead hard, like, frame perfect to the point that they don't even do the animation. So it's really hard to tell that they even have it or try to fake it out. We'll see how this match goes. Hopefully better than the last one. Man, no kill whatsoever with Ghostface. That stings. Especially against the lobby that just feels like I should have at least gotten 2. I feel like I easily should have had 2. I think I just played too nice by actually taking the time to hook everybody twice. Like, I could have just totally ignored everybody and killed that Sable towards the end there. And I chased the Claire. She decides to strike me. I was gonna kill her, I think. And instead I dropped her and hooked the Feng Min, since the Feng Min got marked. Quick down. Just did not expect both gens to get popped at the same time like that, because it felt like they were not doing gens that fast, and then suddenly 2 gens are going off at the same time. Weird match. Hard to plan for that when it feels like they just played bad. Or at least slow for the entire match, and then at the very end when it counts, suddenly they have both gens done at the same exact time, which was really confusing. Oh well. This will be a better match. For sure. Maybe focus whoever I can manage to get my hands on first. Faster. Handres No Way Out. Barbecue and Lethal's not bad. It's a pretty standard build. This will probably be my last match for the night, I think. I think this will be a good one to end off on. I'm gonna be thinking about that Ghostface match for a while, cause wow, that one stung. Dude, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna go back and watch that one and still not know what else I could have possibly done other than like focus one person out of the game. Cause like, man, it really felt like I really wasn't losing that much time, and it really wasn't that big of a commitment to chase the Feng Min at any point. And it genuinely felt like she was the only person really running loops. So I don't know. That one stings. That one stings. Oh boy, here we go. This is, how well I do in this match is entirely going to depend on if I'm landing Punishment of the Damned or not. Because even, like, when I can tell they're going to drop a pallet or something, it's still kind of hard to gauge when I need to actually start the wind-up. Because the wind-up is pretty long, and I think that's probably going to be the thing that it's going to take me the longest to get familiar with, since I haven't played this character that much in a while. Man, it's almost 4 a.m. I can't remember the last time I streamed at 4 a.m. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy for me to think about. Oh man, did I put on my offering? I hope that one's mine. I hope one of these is mine. I'm gonna feel ridiculous if I forget to put on my offering. Oh. Okay. Well, there's opportunities here to at least land some swings through pallets. Man, what the fuck? Oh, we're hopping down? Oh, we're hopping down? Yeah, alright. Oh, let me grab this. Hi, David. I'm feeling it. Let's get him up. Woo! We're gonna go on a gen over here. And that is why I fucking love playing this killer. You just try to head on me? You really just run to a locker to try and head on me? You son of a bitch. Is there a hook down here for me to even get you to a hook? Let's drop him. He's probably going to wiggle off because I dropped him so late. That's unfortunate. No idea how I totally lost him, but I totally lost him. Heyo. Rat Doodle, holy. How are you, feller? Man, I hate when it's just swinging left and right wildly on their mouse. It actually trips me up. I hate it. Rat Doodle, hello, dropping off the lurkers. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. How are you? How you been? Get puppies. Oh, I see you. I see you. Don't worry. Where are you going? Why are you leaving already? What you leaving for? What you leaving for? Come on, David. I really need to pick a guy, and I really need to start applying the pressure, so to speak. That's a free smack. You made that easy. We're in this way. Hello there. I missed somehow. Very cool. Womp womp. Trying to 100% zombies. There we go. Where we at? Where we at? We're on this gen over here. Oh, womp womp. Man, that's gotta suck. There he is. There he is. There he is. Oh, well, since he's already got it, he can just go away. He was really gonna make me work for that, huh? Oh, I see you over there. Are you in the basement? No way you're in the basement. Interesting. I forget that there's just... The timing on it's really weird. That was weird, but... Also, there's just a ton of pallets on this map. Thank you! Thank you for walking into that. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's paid actors. The not getting a 4K with Ghostface, that's how you know these are paid actors, because this is to, it's just to make up for it, to make me look better than I actually am. Also, I see that she decided to take a hook for her friend, so we have to go find him and hook him again. Is that our guy? That is our guy. Hey, how about that? Now, I don't want to assume things, but I'm pretty sure he's probably just going to let this guy die on him. Oh, it doesn't even matter. He's far away enough that I see him with barbecue. We're going to make a beeline straight to him. We're going to go check this guy out. Awesome POV for the Mori, by the way. Love to see a kill animation. Love to see a kill animation. It's so sad too because I really like Pyramid's heads because his is really brutal. But you know, in that instance, who needs kill animations? Who needs a big finish? You know, that's overrated. Cool. That is a solid match to finish on. Locker did a great job. I really thought he was going to try to head on me. I really thought he did not give it any attempt whatsoever. He got out of the locker slowly. So, I don't know. It was weird for him to get out of the... I thought he would at least try to head on and stun me. But whatever, we'll take it. We're in and out of the match faster that way. That is my last, like, cosmetic piece. Besides... No, that's my last cosmetic piece, wow. Everything else is just badges, I think, I'm pretty sure. And this charm. Probably gonna get the charm first. Because badges and character profile stuff, I feel like, doesn't get looked at nearly as much. But... I have pretty much gotten just about everything from this year's anniversary. So the rest of it will just be icing on the cake, so to speak. Because it'll just be any kind of extra gilded trinkets that we get from doing all of the challenges will just turn into blood points after we're done. Is that why you were wiggling in front of the lockers? Yeah, I'm trying to fake them out. I was trying to bait out the head-on. Because if I back up in time, if I get close enough that they think they'll hit it, and then I back up in time, I'll totally avoid it, and then I can smack them right after instead of getting stunned. But also, if I know that they're still exhausted and they jump in a locker, sometimes I've had survivors try to, like, mind game me, I guess, and make me think that they had head-on ready. And head-on, it causes exhaustion, which doesn't go away if you're running. So, obviously, it's easier to get an idea of whether or not it is charged back up or not, or whether or not the exhaustion status has decayed or not. That's a better way to phrase it. Then, at that point, I just grab them out of the locker, because I know that they don't have the perk ready. But for him, being across the map, he should have had time to, if he had it, I don't even know if he had it. The only people I remember head-oning me for sure was David and whatever that Resident Evil character's name is.